All right, we are live. So, hey everyone, this is Kevin, your failed journalist. We're doing a quick little live stream video rant update, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, um, I've been pretty critical about Mulan moving to Disney Plus in several of my videos. I thought this was a real scumbag thing for Disney to do. I mean, not just because it deprives people seeing a movie that was clearly made for the theaters from seeing it in the theaters. Not only because Disney basically goaded the movie theaters to continue to promote, like, come on, keep promoting it. We've got your back. Mulan's going to help bring people back, and then basically to appease some stockholders in a very short term, short sighted in many ways thing. They just said, "Oh, thanks for promoting the movie theaters. Go away now. We're going to sell it directly to the consumer." Probably the biggest thing that offended me about this whole thing was that Disney decided to release it this weekend, or next weekend, I should say, on September 4th. And the reason I'm so offended, oh, this is September 4th. Boy, the time's going by really fast. The fact that Disney picked this date on the date that Tenet is opening, and the fact that the movie theaters are opening, the fact that the theaters really need all the help they can get to get people into theaters, to give people an option like to stay home from the theaters after they so thoroughly backstabbed the theaters. Like, there wasn't any other date Disney could have picked to release this movie on Disney Plus. That's probably what bothers me the most about Mulan being on Disney Plus and being sold as a premier access title. But it turns out this there isn't even much to be offended at anymore because Disney has effectively given everyone no reason to pay to see this anymore. Because before this went up, there was like some question marks about, well, what's this going to mean about ownership, temp thing, like you say it's going to be unlocked early. How early is that? Like, what's the details? And Disney has now put on their Disney Plus website, and frankly, I'm amazed that they did this, that on December 4th, everyone who's a Disney Plus subscriber, whether they pay for the Premier Access or not, will be able to watch Mulan. So that's basically it. That's it. There's no reason, none whatsoever, to pay Disney $30 to see Mulan on Disney Plus. Because if you wait a few months, you'll be able to just watch it as part of your subscription. Now, some people have said that they're still going to do this. In all fairness, that's your prerogative. If you want to pay for this, knowing that, hey, you just gotta wait a little while and then you can see it for free, that's totally fine. I will say some of the reasons coming back are frankly a little laughable. One excuse that I have heard, I'm not going to say excuse, I'm going to say reason, because people have reasons, they don't have excuses. But one reason people say that they're going to pay $30 for Mulan is, hey, it's a family movie. This would have cost me $72 in theaters. I've got kids. They'll like it. So it's worth $30 to me. To that, I would say yes, but you do realize there's a lot of good family entertainment on Netflix, Hulu, and heck, even Disney Plus itself that you probably have not taken time to watch. Why don't you start watching some of those things? Things like Klaus. There's that weird animated movie that Netflix premiered in April, the Thornbugs or something. I don't know. It was really good. It has Ricky Gervais as the cat who narrates it. Wonderfully quirky movie. You probably haven't watched it. It's worth your time. Why don't you watch that for a little bit? There's some TV shows you probably haven't watched. I mean, why are people acting like there isn't just a ton of stuff that they haven't watched yet that they can watch for free? And yeah, as GTV 5 Fan 22 says, Mulan's rated PG-13, so it's really not a kids movie anyway. In fact, I I think it's a little ironic that it's a PG-13 movie and it wants to be like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and House of Flying Daggers, and yet those movies could do a lot more with their PG-13 rating. So, So, look, you say you want to watch something with the family, great. Tons of stuff on Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, even Crunchyroll, HBO Max. Tons of stuff you haven't watched with your family. That, guess what? You can watch for free while you're waiting for $30 to not be an issue. Now, another reason people have brought up to pay to see Mulan, and this is one of those reasons that kind of makes people feel good, but it's also, I think, misguided, was, hey, pay $30 and let Disney know that you will pay to see movies with a diverse cast. Now, here's the thing. I'm perfectly fine with movies being made. I'm fine with movies like Crazy Rich Asians. That's a good movie. I like La Bamba. I think Hollywood should make more diverse films about other cultures. Obviously, I love Black Panther. But that's not really how this works when you really get down to it. Paying $30 to see Mulan might not necessarily be saying I'm willing to pay money to see movies with an Asian cast. I think that says more to Disney that you are willing to pay to see more live action Disney remakes, which have largely been terrible in my opinion, regardless of the cast. I know the Lion King remake from last year was technically more diverse. I don't care. That wasn't really a point in the film's favor when everything else was terrible. And it's also bizarre that Donald Glover and Beyonce, two great singers, could not come up with a good version of Can You Feel the Love Tonight. That was especially bizarre. Hi, Ryan. So that's another reason people are giving in. It's like, hey, if you want to play that, do that because it makes you feel better, I guess that's fine. But when I paid money to see Crazy Rich Asians, I wasn't paying, in my mind, I wasn't paying it because the cast was Asian. I was paying it because it sounded like a good movie, and it sounded like something I would enjoy, and sure enough, I did enjoy it. That's the other reason. Now, the third reason is, maybe a little bit more semantics, if you will. Some people have recommended that you pay the $30 because, hey, you're going to save a lot of money as opposed to seeing it in theaters. A family of 5 could easily be $80, $90. If you see it in IMAX, then we're looking at like maybe $100 just to see Mulan. Look, if you want to look at it that way, that's fine, but there's a couple things about that reason. One, now when it's free and you can save even more money, so why not wait a little while, do that first thing I recommended. Also, you can't look at things like this in terms of dollars and cents when you get down to it. When you're buying a ticket to a movie theater, you're really only paying for the movie on half of that. What you're also paying for is the experience of taking the kids to a movie. Kids have very fond memories of going to movie theaters with their parents and family, and seeing a movie and just being blown away by something that they saw on a big screen with a nice surround sound. Why are you going to pay extra money to do something at home that you would normally do anyway? And again, you have the day when it's going to be free. If you want to save money, watch things that you have not watched before and then watch it for free. I can't for the life of me figure out why Disney did this. I mean, it's clear that they were putting Mulan on Disney Plus as kind of like a last minute effort to get some money coming in, which now that movie theaters are reopening, I wonder if they're regretting that just a little bit. That's the reason they did that, right? And now they're telling people when the date is coming where they won't have to pay for it. Guess what? It's just in time for the holidays. And I don't get it. I think there's now officially no reason whatsoever to pay to see this movie anymore. You know when it's going to be free, or well, ignoring the Disney Plus subscription, you know, it's going to be free. I mean, and I don't think paying to see this movie is a support for diversity in film. I think it's a support for more, you know, animated films being remade into live action movies. And look, I like Cinderella and I like The Jungle Book, but I can't say I really liked the rest. So I don't. And heck, I even watched the Lady and the Tramp live action remake, and it's like, boy, I'm so glad they didn't charge me for this one. So that's my opinion on that one. I'm simply choosing not to pay. Well, I'm not paying to see it for a couple of reasons. First of all, I do know when it's going to be free. Secondly, I'm not getting the theatrical experience, so I don't know why I would pay for it at this point. And third, I'm sending money to something that Disney is doing that, frankly, I wish they would stop. Now, full credit due, Mulan looks way more interesting than their typical remake. It absolutely does. So far, reviews have been very mixed. Some people have really liked the changes that they made to the story. Other people, like Chris Stuckman, pretty much said he didn't like the changes. One thing that's consistent with most of the reviews is that whether people liked it or disliked it, they have admitted that there are gaps in the story which seem to not to be missing because they assume you've seen the animated movie, and your memory from the original movie is going to fill in the emotional moment. I'm tired of that. I'm really tired of Disney making these live action remakes, messing them up, and then leaning on the original source material. Like, you have to have seen the original source material to find this moment touching or to find this joke funny. That completely defeats the purpose of a remake, in my opinion, if you're not even going to stand on your own 2 feet. So, anyway, those are some many little random thoughts I have about this, but here's the key one. December 4th, that's the date when you don't have to pay for Mulan. You can just watch on Disney Plus. That is the date I will be waiting for, so I already was not going to do this. Now I'm really not going to do this because, the only thing that was in the back of my mind is, well, if the reviews are really good and you don't know when it's going to be available on Disney Plus, maybe you splurge, but nope. Now that I know the date, I'll wait. Plenty of things for me to watch on Netflix. Heck, I haven't even watched I Lost My Hand on Netflix, which was an Oscar nominee last year. That's one of the things I'll watch while I'm waiting for Mulan to be free. So anyway, I would like to know what all of you think about this. Are you still going to be paying for Mulan, knowing that it's going to be going up for basically free on December 4th? If so, what are your reasons? And if you're not, well, also what are your reasons for that? I'd love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.